Welcome to Cunty Life and Biz Realness, the uncensored show that explores how to live your truest life, what tries to get in the way, and how to grow your business as a result. I know you want to be more courageous, unapologetic, notable, transcendent, and authentically you, and you're in the right place, babe. I'm your host who's the most, Naomi, CEO and head life and biz authenticity coach at Cunty Coaching. Let's dive in. Hello. OM freaking G. It is my first episode here at the Cunty Realness podcast. And today it's very meta because I thought, what better way to kick this thing off than to talk about the cunty decision to start a podcast. All right. Podcasts are all the rage. There's so many people embracing this medium. There are so many ways to get our messages out there. So I want to talk today about how to help you find the one that works for you, right? Because what is cunty other than to make it like so inherently perfect for you? Okay. I want to help you tap into your strengths. I want to encourage you to know when to ask for help. I want you to know your why behind deciding to start a podcast or picking the marketing tool for self-expression that works for you. And then above all, I want to talk about releasing perfectionism. This is a big one. So I'm so excited to get into this. Let's fucking go. Quick story time for me and my background behind getting to this point where I'm starting this thing. I've wanted to start a podcast probably at least over a year, maybe 2 years even. The pandemic, I don't even know anymore. I've been wanting to have my own podcast for a long time because, again, when I think about my strengths, I really like to talk. I really like to talk with others. I love to chat. I love to coach. I love, like, so much of what I love to do is in this, like, throat chakra, okay? Getting things across using my voice. And so any opportunity that I have to do this is one that I want to explore. And actually, I've had a handful of people over the past few years as well, growing my business, say to me, like, you should start a podcast. You would be so good. You would have such an amazing thing. And I love every single person who has said that to me because it has led me to this point in time, which is so fucking exciting that I am currently recording my first episode. So, the first thing to know is that I started this because it's rooted in my strengths. Okay? This is part of the Cunty framework is it has to be authentic to you. That's the why. Okay? The why in Cunty is you. It's Y-O-U, not the letter U. It's the letter Y in Cunty is Y-O-U. You, babe. Okay? So when you pick things that are going to represent you and be your brand and be your message and connect you with the people, pick something that taps into your strengths, that makes you excited to show up for it because it's not going to be always so easy breezy beautiful. There might be other things that are getting in the way, other things that are adding onto your plate that you need to balance and manage. Things are invariably going to go wrong sometimes. There's going to be challenges, right? So by picking something that's rooted in your strengths, it's not going to be as much of like a chore that you have to like, you'd rather be drinking bottles of hot sauce. I mean, if that's your thing, then like, I love you. You do you. I want you to do something that feels really fucking good to you. And for me, I'm also just really excited that I don't have to maintain perfect eye contact with any one thing or any person for a long period of time. That shit can stress me out sometimes. So this is a really good medium for me to just close my eyes, do the things I need to do. Because look, I talk to people all the fucking time. That is my job. I'm a coach, life and business coach. So I'm always talking to people and I love that, okay? I love it. I love networking. I love connecting with other badass fucking entrepreneurs. It lights me up like nothing else. And sometimes my brain and my eyeballs just want to be going all over the place. And so I'm very excited about this, being able to do that without people thinking like, why is she avoiding my eyes? I ain't, okay? The next thing I want to talk about in this decision to start a podcast is I'm at this point in my business between the revenue mark of 25 and 50K. And I'm going to be real with you all the time, okay? So like this is Cunty Realness for a reason. We are not filtering ourselves. We are not shaming ourselves. We are not comparing ourselves. We are just being authentic and real and cunty. All right. So, in this point in my business, it's really important to increase the visibility, which is really exciting. It's a very exciting thing. It's a little bit daunting. I don't know about you, but like increasing your visibility, you have to do some nervous system shit first. You gotta like, because for us, marginalized entrepreneurs, being visible can sometimes mean like we're sacrificing some of our safety. We're exiting our comfort zone in order to connect with the people and serve the people that we really truly need to serve and connect with. Even if that means that we're putting our ass out there on the line for judgment, people who don't quite get it to, give their unsolicited opinions. And that can be really scary for our nervous system. So we gotta come up with some coping mechanisms. And that is a whole nother podcast episode. So I'm at this point where I need to pick one main marketing platform, so to speak. I want to really nail this home that you do not, I repeat, if you are making anywhere under like 50K gross revenue per year, you do not need to be on 15 different platforms. Okay? So I want you to just like breathe a sigh of relief, tap in with yourself, because look, if you want to, if this is what like lights you up like nothing else, if you are on 15 different things and you feel fucking absolutely fantastic about it, great. I love that for you. Keep doing your thing, boo. But if you're out here, if you're someone like me, and I have a neurodivergent brain, and it's not the type that wants to be doing 15 things at once, I'm very much like a one thing at a time. How can I minimize overwhelm? How can I make things as streamlined and focused and like simple as possible and not try to be pulled in a million different directions, because I will literally go in no directions. True story, okay? So if you're anything like me and having too much on your plate at an earlier stage of business, and you don't have a robust team to help you manage all the things, please, please, please make it simple on yourself and prioritize consistency over trying to be an octopus. Okay, I love octopus. I could go on and on about how much I love octopuses, octopi. If you're at this stage of business, please do not try to have your marketing be in 50 places at once. Find ways to connect with your audience that you can be consistent with and you can grow it. Because again, if you're trying to be in a million places at once and you get overwhelmed and like burn it all down, it's going to be really hard to keep relationships growing. And business is about growing relationships and serving your people and connecting with like-minded individuals. If podcasting seems like it's something that would be within your strengths, I want you to know that it's okay to ask for help. So, another key part of the process of getting this thing off the ground was getting help. Because I want you to know you don't have to do everything yourself. Even if some other business guru is going to say, like, prioritize X over Y, if this is really important to you, then make it a priority and get help to make it happen. If that makes sense for you, if that feels expansive and juicy and feasible to you, don't be afraid. Too often we get overwhelmed, we get bogged down, we give up on things because it's too hard, time consuming, energy consuming, whatever it is. But if this is what you want, please know that you can ask for help. So in this case, my partner, my spouse, has his own podcast editing and management business. And that is like one of the biggest facilitators that is helping me get this off the ground. Because what was stopping me for so long was the overwhelm of editing, hosting, all the pieces of the puzzle was like, it's like a second business. And I'm just like not available for that right now. And I didn't have the funds available to outsource it in a way that like felt really good to me. So now my spouse has started this business for himself and he is excited to be a part of this project with me and support me to be able to reach you, my listeners, and connect with you and invite you into my cunty ass world and grow this movement. And we're going to talk more about our why in a second, all because I was willing to just say it out loud. And he was the one who offered to help in the first place. But I had to be willing to speak it out. And then the universe can help and can make it become reality, right? But you have to be willing to speak it out first and put the intention out there and put the request out there and see what happens. Tap into your networks, tap into your circles, see what's possible for you. Like, for example, when my husband was starting his business, he was looking for people to give him experience, like to hire him at a reduced rate in the beginning so that he could build his portfolio and his experience. So that could be a really good option for you. If you do have a smaller budget, but you would like to have some help about this, ask your network who they know that can help. And this goes for anything. I'm specifically talking about podcasts right now, but this could be your email marketing, right? That's another thing that I love to do. I haven't always been like sending weekly emails on a consistent weekly basis, but I've been emailing people on my list and serving them like Cunty Realness for a very long time now. Since I started my doula business, which was back in 2020, I've been talking to people in the email list. So if you want to do that, but you feel like there's some parts of it that are overwhelming to you, again, you don't have to do it alone. All right. Next, I want to talk about knowing your why. It is so important in anything that you undertake that has any ounce of challenge to it, especially if you're neurodivergent, knowing the why behind it and knowing your greater purpose, your greater mission, knowing what this is going to help lead you towards and who it's going to connect you with and what opportunities it might lead you to, and knowing what is the greater good, the greater mission and purpose is like the most powerful fucking antidote to self-sabotage, to hiding your gift from the world. No. When you know your why and you're rooted in it, you know that you need to do it because people need you. I want to say that again. People need your gift, your art, your business, your service, your products. You have something special. And the patriarchy and whoever else might have you feeling otherwise sometimes. And here in this space, I want you to know that you have a very special mission, purpose, offering that we all need to be in on. And for me, that's this Cunty mission. This mission to help support people and entrepreneurs be more courageous, unapologetic, notable, transcendent, and authentically them in their lives and business so that we can make massive positive impact on the world and not get in our own way or let societal systems, oppressive systems, or other people's opinions or whatever it is, we're not going to let that stop us anymore. We're not going to let it make us feel small anymore. That is the movement. It's a movement towards liberation. When we are feeling more liberated, more free, more authentic, more self-expressed, we can heal ourselves. We can help our communities heal, our families, other entrepreneurs. We have that power. We have power. We just first have to believe it. We have to know why it's so important that we believe in ourselves and in our mission, because it is going to fucking save the world. Last but not least for today, I want to talk about perfectionism. Listen, I spent the majority of my life being a perfect little perfectionist. I was always trying to do things the way that I've been told, but whilst simultaneously never feeling good about that. Doing it because I thought that that was what I was supposed to do or what I had to do, but knowing in my gut, in my intuition, that I was meant for actually the complete opposite. My movement, my business is called Cunty Coaching. I'm literally helping people, helping you release yourself from oppression and live a more courageous, unapologetic, notable, transcendent, and authentic life and business. And perfectionism is the complete opposite. Perfectionism is keeping us stuck, small, quiet, hidden, all of those things as a product of the patriarchy, white supremacy, oppressive systems are making people who aren't the privileged, celebrated, cis-het white male group feel that they're never enough. They always have to be perfect in order to be worthy of anything. That it's never good enough. I am now saying, fuck that noise. And I can, because I've lived that. I've done that. It does not work. Perfectionism is a lie. It is rooted in scarcity, even though it sounds good, like perfection. Oh, it sounds so good. Like it's something that we've all been trained to strive for. Like think about school. What did we all strive for? A+, right? Like the better your grade, the better you were as a human being, the more worth you got, the more attention from your positive attention, accolades, awards. So of course we're trained for this. But I'm really unlearning it. And I'm just inviting you to explore it. Because once you release that pressure, that's when some real magic has the space to come through. It's where truth has room and space to breathe and exist. It's where you can actually connect with people because they can relate. Because none of us are fucking perfect. So perfectionism is not relatable. I mean, it's relatable that we all have been taught and programmed to strive for it. That part is super relatable. But no one is actually perfect. So when someone comes off as perfect, it is not relatable. And we get we get lost. And we're seeing that more and more, learning through social media, learning that the perfectionist ideals actually don't work for us. They don't serve us. And so when you're making the cunty decision to start a podcast or start an email newsletter or an email list or start a social media channel, a TikTok channel, whatever it is that you want to do, that you want to focus on, that one main marketing method that you want to be your cunty self in and your truth to connect with your people, please release perfectionism. Release all judgment. Release all the stories that we've been told that, oh, it's too long, it's too short, it's too wordy, it's too this, too that. Release all that shit because it's just holding you back. I want you to tap into trust, abundant trust. And this is what I'm doing with this podcast too, y'all. Trust that the people who need to hear it, who want to hear it, are going to, one way or another, in whatever ways that works for them, they're going to receive you. They're going to connect with you. They're going to love you. The more you are rooted in your cunty truth. I cannot wait to see and be witness to you and the main marketing methods that you focus on, that you put your heart, your truth into. I cannot wait to see you shine through in that. Thank you so much for listening to Cunty Life and Biz Realness today. Someone in your circle needs to hear this. Can you share it and leave a review on Apple Podcasts so this cunty movement can grow? And don't forget to tag me on Instagram at Naomi_authentically. I appreciate you so much and cannot wait to connect with you. You can always head over to cuntycoaching.com to work with me, join my events, my cunty email chronicles, and more. I hope you have a fulfilling week, and I can't wait to talk to you next week. This is your Cunty coach, Naomi, signing off.